A lot of people predicted that the market wouldn't be as good, or as would it break records as it has done in previous years with the amount of money that clubs are spending. Do you think this one will set the tone for set the tone, but beat all the records of the previous ones?
Interesting one. It doesn't feel like it, even though there are murmurings, and you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, one sale of one player like Declan Rice over 100 million, etc. That's a hefty amount, so that's going to certainly add to the tally. I'm not sure it feels like it just yet, but maybe that's just because I don't know if it's got going properly.
Well, the prediction is
You
always
obviously think it will.
everyone there's difficult times for a lot of people. Prices increases. Everyone's bills are a lot more, heavier and harder to take, and football just seems to go through everything, steamrolls.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there'll be new records set this year, because there's a lot of business still to be done. And look, Liverpool this week look like they're going to make a big signing. I think there'll be a lot more to come, because once Declan Rice money goes, West Ham will spend probably quite heavily and improve the squad that they had last year, even though they've lost Declan Rice.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot, I think, still to come in this summer transfer window. And, it could be very interesting, that's for sure. I mean, look, there's already been movements, and there's deals just still to be finalised. But we expect them to happen, like Declan Rice, like Mason Mount as well, heading to Manchester United, it seems. The exodus at Chelsea continues. Of course, they brought in a few players, we should say that, but more outgoings than incomings as of yet for Mauricio Pochettino. As a former Chelsea player, how do you feel about Mount leaving? Is that the right decision? Do you see I've seen a number of Chelsea fans on Twitter that I follow who are disappointed that they're losing one of their own.
Yeah, it's been simmering for quite a while, Mason Mount. It was quite clear that early negotiations on a new contract weren't going the way that Mason Mount wanted them, and they didn't seem to be as eager as they were getting other players in to resolve the problems around Mason Mount's contract. And they've paid a bit of a price, Chelsea, for letting it get, because look, when they were spending 600 million, they didn't seem too much thinking about what do we do with Mason Mount. Look, they'll tell you, and we're being led to believe that, because of the finances that they've spent, certain players that go out, it doesn't hurt them on their books, because they can make a huge profit. Once they're used as a profit, it's money back into the football club. I think there's an element of truth to that, but there wasn't a desire and a hunger to keep Mason Mount. They managed to keep Reece James, get him down on a new contract, and they were eager to get that done. I don't think they had the same urgency around Mason Mount, if I'm honest. And I think that bothered him. I think that affected his reason for wanting to. I think he knew he had to leave the club.
As I said, there's been quite a few outgoings. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, that's also been confirmed yesterday, another homegrown player for Chelsea. But with regards to Mason Mount, I've seen some Manchester United fans not exactly elated by this transfer. Perhaps it's because they don't see it as a position they necessarily needed to strengthen in first. Do you understand their scepticism? Do you understand why they're a little deflated by it?
Well, look, Mason's, I love his hunger and desire. He inspires people around him. That's what he's like. He chases everything. He wants the ball. He can score goals. He can make assists. You can be a little bit versatile with him. He's a fantastic addition to the club. Mason is one of them. He's a bit of a, he's one of them players that in his squad, players will love, because he has so much energy in the way he plays. And I think United needed that. They will need that type of player. And he'll contribute and he'll chip in. He's not a technical genius. He's not that. He's not someone blessed with amazing speed. He's got a lot of good things that will definitely benefit Man United, like he did with Chelsea. He's had some really good seasons at Chelsea. I mean, people talk about, Mason and, he's done a lot for a 24-year-old. Mm-hmm. He's done a hell of a lot in the game. He's been part of a Champions League winning team. He's played his part.